Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Sirio Farrell, the first sword of Bravos, and you are watching the AFK show. Just so.
So, first off, we've got Johnny Young Bosch. We've got Miss Karan Ashley. There. Mr. David Yost. Walter Jones. And Austin St. John.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
How you guys doing? That's what I like.
I got a question for you guys. Anybody know what time it is?
I can't hear
it's
you.
12.
What time is it? Hold up.
12:14.
12:14. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
One more time, and I want you to actually mean it. What time is it?
I thought it was lunchtime.
That'll work. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing, Houston? All right. Well, we're gonna be answering some questions for you guys. I'm sure you have some. We have a mic set up here on the side. So if you guys have questions, feel free to go over there and ask us what you want to know.
Your left, our right.
It looked like she was pointing that way.
To the left, to the left.
Okay, Beyonce.
Hey.
Hey.
I actually want to become Solange when I grow up. I've switched teams.
We're gonna set up another elevator react.
Elevator fiasco, Power Ranger style.
I would be Jay-Z.
David Yost is Beyonce.
Why can't I be Jay-Z?
You're Beyonce.
I'm Beyonce. All the single ladies.
So we have our first question over there, sir.
I was just wondering if you guys could morph for us.
How about we do that at the very end?
Yeah.
Deal.
Cool,
All right,
thank
cool.
you.
I think it's so early
job,
in the
David.
panel.
Yeah, it's like,
Wow, he didn't waste any time with that one.
None.
Man.
Get to it.
Are we morphing right now?
And wait, what was your name?
What was your name?
Benji. Okay, so
Benji.
everybody help me remember Benji at the end of the
Benji.
panel.
Okay.
All right, guys, I just want to say thank you all for coming. I'm sure it means a lot to all of us for taking time to come see us. It means a lot. Also, we all know Super Mega Force is coming out and all the Rangers are coming back. Will we be seeing any of you or in the Lionsgate Power Rangers reboot?
Ha!
Will we?
First one, no.
Oh, really?
Negative.
Negative.
The Super Mega Force thing was shot over a year ago already. So we all declined just basically due to union reasons for the most part, I think.
What about the Lionsgate reboot?
You know what I'm saying? We just need to get a little RESPECT up in here. You know what I mean?
Understood.
That's what SAG union issues means.
Hey, but
No.
in regards to the reboot, I'm sure I speak for myself, but I think I speak for everybody. We would all love to be part of that film. I mean, like, if it's a union project, then it's on and cracking. Not everybody has that issue, but yeah, I mean, I definitely, for one, would love to be part of the legacy with the film. So.
But
Yeah.
at this point, I don't think they've even hired a director or there's a script yet, so we don't know anything. So.
We know, you guys know more than we do. You guys always know more than we do.
That's pretty much the case. I think we've all read a lot of the same rumors, and I think some of it is they're looking for a new cast, and they want to get another 25 years out of the show. 20 years, not 25. Well, I'm not that old. But, probably 20 years out of the show. So newer, younger, better. I mean, I don't know about cameos. I've had a lot of questions, and man, time will tell. We'll see. We'll see, man.
I'm sure you have a huge influence, so if you want to see us there, then make it known.
And I just want to say to you guys that this is kind of a special occasion. I mean, that we're all in Houston. First for one, this is the first time that all of us have all been together at a con in Houston, and it's the first. There you go. And this is also the first time that we've had Austin St. John back in the mix. So
back to
give it up,
action.
y'all.
Back to action.
Love you guys.
Back to action, and we're loving it as much as you guys are.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I love you, man.
It just sounded like blah, 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 blah.
Question.
This question's for all of you. What moment from doing Power Rangers do you look on most fondly?
Repeat.
Repeat that one more time, a little louder.
From all the moments from when you were doing Power Rangers, what moment do you look on most fondly?
Most fondly.
Yeah, from all the moments of Power Rangers, which one do you look upon most fondly?
Which ones can we legally discuss, you mean?
I think there's so many moments, but I mean, I personally think the friendships I've made on this show are the most fondest memories, because I mean, we were together 1,000,000 hours a day, so it was like we got to know each other better than we got to know some of our family, so it's one of those things. Jumping forward 20 years and we're all on a stage, I mean, these memories are amazing. To be friends and have this bond that I don't know that we could ever describe. We're a part of something that was much bigger than we ever thought it would be, and that's kind of the coolest thing. So I don't know, for me, the memories are the friendships I've made, especially with the guys that I didn't work with, but now I work with all the time. So it's beautiful, beautiful thing. I've met so many cool people.
Ditto.
I would have to say that, I mean, we do a lot of these cons, so we get some of the same questions, and I always try to, I don't have a lot of favorites, meaning that I have so many things that I appreciate. But one of the things I can definitely say that was an amazing moment from the being in the show is when we were just kind of coming up, we did this event at a children's hospital for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And we went to this hospital and we were wearing our helmets, but we were carrying them actually. And we're walking around the hospital, and there were kids in this place that hadn't smiled for months because they were in pain and cancer or burn victims and that kind of thing. And to just even look through the window of one of the rooms and have one of those kids smile was an amazing thing for me. Those moments linger in my mind. Is like, man, it's amazing that I'm able to just come and do one of the things that I love, which is acting, and create a character, and that character has so much impact that it makes somebody happy, and all it takes is for me to smile. That's amazing. I love that.
All right, so I just want to say first off that my name's Joey. I actually came over from Fort Hood, Texas, where my entire squad and my platoon loves the Power Rangers. So we gotta say hello from Fort Hood.
Yeah.
Right? And the question I really wanted to ask you is, the first time y'all ever put on the suits, what was your reactions?
I need a cup.
Karan needs Band-Aids.
I think I just said, really?
Yeah, it was awkward for me. I felt like I was in my underwear or just naked, like, hey. It was very weird. And I had to change in front of them. Like, right now I gotta do this?
I loved it.
He still wears the suit.
By the time it was
Privately.
by the time it was all over, it wasn't awkward anymore. We put on and be like, hey, what?
Yeah, I think the best part were the big boots. Yeah? Slide those boots up. Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
We had some pretty legendary wardrobe malfunctions on occasion. I think for this scene, we're now going to be shooting from the waist up.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Crystal. First off, Johnny, awesome improvisation last night at the Einstein performance. Loved it.
Thanks.
Question for all of you guys. Since the Power Rangers have been on 20 years, how do you, going to cons and meeting fans, how do you keep a fresh perspective for all your fans to make it new for them, even though you guys have been in the business for a while?
How do we make it new for them as far as like?
No, new for you. Like keep it fresh for you guys. For yourself.
You know what it is? Each city is like a new adventure because, I mean, honestly, it's obviously very similar because we get to meet so many fans and you guys have great stories, but it's like a new adventure for us and there's usually a different mix of who's on the road or who's in what city.
Or some kind of new drama.
Yeah. And
some
then,
jerk.
Yeah. And so, no, but for me, I think it's great because you get to meet me, you know. You've only known Aisha, or you've known, you know, Jason, or, you know, you've known the characters. So it's like, you know, it's kind of cool for us to interact and get to know each other, and I can be myself. So I think that's how we keep it new and fresh and exciting.
I keep it fresh by going to the Middle East for 4 years, and then I come back. It's pretty fresh after that.
Pretty fresh. Fresh to death.
Growing up watching the show, your characters always imprinted on the animal zords that you had for me. Like it's in my little kid mind as I was growing up. So like Triceratops always just felt really nerdy and geeky to me. Pterodactyls were all like prissy and girly, and mastodons were great dancers. Yeah. My question is, if you could go back and choose your own Zord, what would it be?
Triceratops.
I was pretty happy with the T-Rex, man. I mean, that's like...
At the time, Jurassic Park had just come out, so T-Rex was badass. It was like, yeah, T-Rex! But there was no Mastodon in the movie. But I still gotta be down with the Mastodon.
He had to eat. You had to feed me.
Yeah, well. That's wrong. Dude.
Just saying.
I love the saber-tooth tiger. I thought that was powerful for a woman, you know? We weren't like, yeah, I thought it was a powerful character, so standing next to these guys, we had to be tough.
The frog has kind of grown on me. So it would be nice to be the falcon, though, right? The winged lord of the sky. So, but I'm cool with the frog.
So sometimes after a long day of work, personally, I hate it, but I end up falling asleep and I have a dream of what I did that day at work. So I have to ask, did you guys ever fall asleep while shooting and you were literally a Power Ranger for a night?
That's a question for Steve.
I've been asked to be a Power Ranger for the night, but it's a whole other conversation. It's a joke. It's a joke, Johnny Boss. It's a joke.
I haven't.
I definitely had some Power Ranger dreams that I will not discuss here. I was still a kid, so I was getting paid to be a superhero while I was still a kid, and like there were some nights I was like, "You going down, clown?" Is that a Tyrannosaurus in my corner? somebody turn on the lights. And the Mastodon was in the next room, so we were like, it was like Jurassic Park in our house.
Next question.
No comment, moving right along.
Hi. This one's for Austin. What was it like coming back for Zeo? And here's the second part to that. Did you kind of rib Steve Cardenas, or kind of make fun of him a little bit because you were the original Red Ranger and he was the replacement, or vice versa? Did he ever joke at you or throw some jokes at you because he replaced you?
No. Steve and I, we got along. He was pretty chill. He was pretty cool. You know, he just kind of. I think a few times we had some private conversations, like, "Hey man, how you doing? What do you think about this? You know, it's pretty epic what you're doing now. How does it feel carrying it all on?" And he'd be like, "Dude, you started this mess. Thanks." You know, I mean, and that's not verbatim, but I mean, we had some conversations, you know, that were friendly. You know, it was pretty cool. There may have been some friendly banter there, but nothing too crazy. As far as Zeo went, man, I had a blast coming back as a Gold Ranger. That was just. I wish it could have lasted a little longer. I really enjoyed having the special powers and Pyramidas. You know, so yeah, I was just awesome. I had a lot of fun doing that. It was good times, and I'd been gone long enough that it was fresh.
Hi, I'm Morgan Zeitman, big fan. I just wanted to say, first off, it's been great getting to know you guys this weekend. And I have a question for Walter.
Yes.
Were you a ladies' man off the set, or was that just part of your character?
I'm a very shy person, and so, what?
I've nicknamed him the Hunter.
Wow, that is so not true. You know, I can't say that I was a ladies' man, but
I would.
I can.
Okay, I like girls. I like them a lot. But no, I mean, you know, I guess I have a charming way about myself sometimes.
Thank you, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
On behalf of all business young professionals in the nation, I would like to thank you for reminding us to stay in school because it's cool.
Yes.
So the identity of your characters was very strongly based on the color. So as you've moved on past the show, do you feel like these colors have remained intact, or would you change it?
The character you said was based on the color?
You as an actor. So would you still be the Black Ranger, or would you be a different one?
Yeah, I would definitely be the Black Ranger. There's been as far as I know, there's been no character like Zach ever in the Power Rangers, and the Black Ranger, Zach being the Black Ranger, I thought was awesome, so I was happy. Woo, woo. Yeah. Anybody else?
I was digging being the red guy. I was like, yeah, all right, let's do it.
Hello, I'm B-Boy Flash, and yeah, you remember me, Zach?
Yeah, man, what's up, dude?
I just want to know, what did it feel like to have the power protecting you?
The power protecting us. You know what? It's cool because late at night sometimes when I'm laying in bed and I can't reach the remote control, I just call Zordon and Alpha and they hook it up for me.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I usually I'll be like, hey man, I'm on the couch and you know I lose a remote, but for me it was a cup of coffee. Hey man, can I get some coffee?
Yeah.
And a pizza, like pepperoni. Yeah.
Yeah, Alpha hooked me up with free internet, so we're good.
First of all, Walt, don't feel bad about not being featured in Jurassic Park because there was a heavy metal band named after the Mastodon, so don't worry about that. My question to you guys is, I know, Austin, you were doing martial arts for a while before the show even started filming. What were the martial arts backgrounds for the rest of you guys?
I did not have a martial arts background. I was a gymnast, so that's what got me got me the role.
Do flips. Just do a couple real quick. Backflip, right there.
I would, but I honestly have a really bad back injury, and this guy knows that. So I could probably try to do a cartwheel for you, but that's about as good as it gets. No. And I'll do what's your name?
Tom.
Tom? And I'll do that after we morph.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
At the end of the show.
Way after.
Because if I injure myself and I have to walk off stage, I don't want, I'll miss the rest of the panel.
No,
so.
let's not do that.
But I'll do it, I swear.
Cool. All right.
It's a bucket list.
Yes.
I studied Shaolin Kung Fu, and I've studied various styles since then, but that was my main style.
Yeah.
I wasn't a martial artist, I was a dancer. So, yeah, I learned on the set more phenomenal karate from Johnny Young Bosch and Steve and anyone else who would teach me and the stunt team.
I studied Ishinru karate when I was a kid, and I hadn't studied in a while, so I was a little rusty. But once we got on the set, we were working with John, our stunt coordinator, and all the different stuntmen. We had amazing stunt guys. They were like some of the best martial artists around in LA, and they had all different forms of martial arts to teach us. So we learned a whole lot of stuff. I learned a lot of things that I'm not belted in, but I learned a lot of techniques.
What about, hip hop keto?
He
You got a black
created
belt.
hip hop keto.
Exactly. That was hip hop keto was made up. It was like, all right, so you're gonna be dancing while you fight, and I was like, okay. How's that work? Let's see. How does that? I know there were honestly questions like, all right, so if they're coming at me, why do I dance? Why do I? And
I
had to
remember
kinda-
him saying that.
Yeah, I'm like, how do I do that? I'm like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, there's putties and our life is in jeopardy. Let me bust out a move real quick, like. But eventually it worked out, so it became like evasion, like the watch this hand, hit with the other hand kind of thing. So it was like, here it goes, bow, and then catch him by surprise. And I think as the seasons went on, I got more and more accustomed to it and got excited about it because Jackie Chan was doing his thing, and I was looking at that like, oh, I can do this. And next thing you know, I was flipping over trees and jumping off of stuff. And that was one of my favorite things about doing the show was the fights and stuff. So it was fun.
Sometimes he needed inspiration, and we'd help him out by just being like, are you ready, man? Bow, chicka, bow, bow, wow. He'd get right into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, I'm Jonathan.
What up, Jonathan?
My question is, I read some articles a while back saying how the show depicted a lot of violence and that a lot of the problems that you guys had were solved with violence. My question is, I didn't take from that. I learned different lessons from the show. But if you guys had somebody here saying that that was the case, that you solved a lot of your problems with violence, what message do you think the show was trying to send to kids?
Buy some toys.
I think the hugest message that was not spoken of was that there were, 5, maybe 6 friends that probably wouldn't have been friends, but Power Rangers brought them together. They were all different races. They were all different backgrounds. They all had different personalities. I thought that was amazing because that meant, you could be friends with the, there was no division in being friends with the jock or being friends with the, girl next door or, what I'm saying? So I think that was a huge message. And we were fighting monsters, make-believe monsters. We would morph, so it was one of those things. I felt like kids were a lot smarter than what people thought, and we shouldn't have been in a position to be the teachers and the parents. I think if there was an issue with a kid understanding the show, then maybe the parents should watch the show with them and kind of explain it. But I mean, we try to do that, I think, with PSAs and different things like that. And eventually we had to stop doing the civilian fights that were so fun because, you know, they just didn't want to see us out of costume doing that. The only time we would fight was in costume. So I think the show tried to be responsible and tried to, take responsibility for whatever it was we were putting out there. But yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing was the fact that we were all friends and we all coexist. And at the end of the day, we were just fighting for good, you know?
I also think that, I mean, it's a kids show. It's an action show, you know? It's like, I grew up watching kung fu films, you know? It's like, yeah, there's some of that in there, but, you know, Tom and Jerry, you know, look at those guys.
Wile E. Coyote.
Popeye, you know? It's like those guys are all, he eats some spinach, you know, and he beats them up, right? Yeah. So it's like, yeah, there's a ton of things out there that are like that. It's like, but there was a message in every show. Yeah.
The show is just meant to be fun, man.
Yeah.
It was fun. Fun, much love, and that was it.
And I think the show inspired a lot of people to get into martial arts, which is amazing.
Definitely.
You know? Amazing.
Great, thank you. I think it's those parents that weren't watching their kids, you know? And then,
I agree.
they're bad parents, you know? I blame it on the parents.
I got in trouble on a Fox interview for laying that out. You remember the Sweden or Switzerland incident? Oh. Somebody got, a bunch of kids were playing and somebody got stoned to death. And they were like, well, they were playing Power Rangers. How do you feel about that? And me being as eloquent as I tend to be, I said, well, I feel like mom and dad should have done a better job.
I always inspire parents to put their kids into martial arts because if you've taken any martial arts at all, you learn that one of the first things you learn is self-control and self-discipline, and you learn not to strike out because, well, one, as you get in more trouble if you do. I mean, like, you learn to be able to be secure in yourself, so you are gonna allow somebody else to throw the first punch, because after that, then the game's over, you know? So I know personally for me, it helped me as a kid to take martial arts because I could be in a situation where I felt threatened, but I was able to stand up for myself. Somebody would be, bullies would be trying to, threaten me, and I wouldn't back down, but I would stand my ground. But if they didn't do anything, they were just talking stuff, then I'd just go, whatever, and I walk away. So I stood my ground. They didn't do anything. I said, you're not gonna do anything. They didn't, so I walked away, and it made me, it made me brave, because I wasn't a punk, I wasn't scared, I was empowered. And also, even to this day, like if I go to a spot and I run into somebody that's gonna be a bully or that's threatening me, it's just, a lot of times they back up because they just look at me like something's different. I don't know, this guy doesn't seem scared. He looks confident, and I am confident because I'm like, all you gotta do is touch me once and then it's on, It's on, and I'm gonna hurt you because I'm a martial artist, I know what I'm doing, but I don't have to. I don't have to most of the time because they walk away, or I can contain the situation. Put them in a position where they can't do anything and push them away and be like, all right, you should walk away now, and they do most of the time, like, go, okay, I'm done.
How many warriors we got out there? How many guys have been in the Middle East? Anybody else? All right. So then you know what I'm talking about. You get into a confrontation with somebody, and similar to what he's saying, you walk up and you're getting all hard on this guy, and then you take one look in his eyes, and you understand, doesn't matter what you're saying, don't matter what you're about to try to do, you take one look in those eyes and you understand this is not somebody you want to play with. He's been there, done that. And when you see that look, it's time to step away. Don't play that game. You shouldn't be playing these games to start with. Just back it off, man. Let it be. Better things to do with your time than be angry and bring all the hate. Why do that?
What was your favorite blooper?
I have a good one from the first season. Twee, playing Trini, She had Uncle, what was his name? Uncle something. And Uncle Howard, yes. And he was this amazing, like, older actor, and he just could not, for the life of him, get this really, really simple line. And we did at least 30 takes, and every time he was screwing it up, and the way he was saying it was so funny, which is sad, because we were basically laughing at him. But
A lot.
A lot, because we're all standing there just saying, say the line, you know, because it's, you know. But anyways, our cameraman, who was behind the camera, just started laughing so hard that he farted during the take, because he was laughing at this poor actor that just couldn't get this line. It was really funny. It was one of my most cherished moments, I guess, blooper-wise.
I don't remember what episode I was shooting. It was in Culver City, and we still, pretty much the ghetto where we were filming in the very beginning. And
Hey, we were filming on the old Alf set. Why is that?
Was that the Alf set?
Yeah, we were on the Alf stage.
I just learned something
And
new.
the Wonder Years filmed across the street, so it wasn't that ghetto.
I didn't know that. So anyway, in the ghetto, I was doing this martial arts thing. I don't even remember what episode it was, and somebody had come through to catering through the scene in between sets. And I remember I was sitting off to the side, and I'd watched them balancing these drinks, and I didn't think much of it at the time. Until I got back up, and they're like, okay, everybody on your marks, action. I think I was doing a kata or something, and I had this jump spinning back kick that I was going to turn into a butterfly kick. And apparently while they were balancing these drinks, they weren't balancing too well because something spilled. Well, I went from a butterfly kick straight into the splits, and I'm pretty sure that I still left an imprint of my business on the floor. And it was concrete. Everyone else got a great laugh out of it. I just cried a little bit.
So now we all know that you have low hangers.
There was this one time Johnny was supposed to spot Jason Frank when he ran up a tree, and Johnny just was like, he was supposed to spot him.
You can't just say it like that, because it just seems like it was all my fault.
Well, you know, you guys all have seen Jason Frank before, so obviously it wasn't all his fault. He shouldn't have been running up a tree.
Let me explain it now.
He shouldn't have been running up a tree.
No, we were doing flips off of a tree, okay? And there's like a palm tree. It's kind of like steps. And I was doing one where I would run, and I would
For no apparent reason. It wasn't in the movie. But go ahead.
Yeah, we were bored. And so I would, the way I did it was I would bounce off of the tree. So I'd run, bounce off the tree, and backflip. And Jason Frank, he would take like 3 steps and flip, right? So he'd go boom, boom, and run over, like. And so he'd spot me, I'd spot him, and we just kept doing this for a while. And on one of his runs, he starts going pretty far back, and I'm like, wow, he's going a lot farther than he has been, okay. And he starts running towards the tree, and he's like, I'm just gonna keep going, you know? And so in my mind, it's like I have to think, like I don't even know what it's like, what does that mean? And then he just starts going, you know, and I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I can't reach him. I'm just like, look, I'm just like a half Asian guy. I can't get that high, right? And so I'm like this, and he's starting to come down towards me head first, right? And I can't catch him, you know, because he's like a person, you know, like maybe a baby. And so I was just like that, right?
He moved back.
You know, what am I can't catch him.
First of all, me and Amy Jo were sitting here, just sitting there watching the whole time. And we're like, ooh.
It wasn't, but see, you see where I'm at though, is like, nobody would have stood there. Maybe he would have stood there and tried to catch him. Maybe, you know, but he's like one of the leaders, you know? I'm one of the background guy, man. You can't call on me to carry you. So I'm just gonna step out of the way. I mean, he was okay though. I mean, as soon as he hit the ground, he popped back up like this.
He did.
It's like, woo! you know?
Yeah, and then he was
But
like,
he had a
why didn't you spot me?
I was there, man.
And that's why he wasn't in the rollerblading scene much.
No, that's not true. He can't rollerblade.
Well, he couldn't rollerblade, but his face was jacked.
Well, it wasn't totally. There was a cut. There was a
bruise and a cut.
Yes, but see, it wasn't all totally my fault. He would like you to think it's all my fault.
So you can quote, "It was all his fault."
Hi, guys. My name is David. First off, I want to thank you guys for coming to the great state of Texas. And as for Austin, I appreciate all your services and all that you do for us. And now, I wanted to see if, like, out of all the cons that you guys go to, like, what are your most memorable influences that you guys created on people? Like, for example, well, for me, you helped me create a scholarship for students. We do charities and volunteering. We have other family members in the armed forces. We have police, firefighters because of you guys. Just wanted to ask everyone else besides, I guess, you, Austin, what is the most memorable influences you guys have that you remember?
As far as impact on other people?
Yes, correct.
I feel so honored to have you guys as fans and to have been positive in your life. And we get a lot of different comments, and a lot of times we're very touched. I get lots of them, so I'll just name one that I can think of. A guy came up to me and told me that he watched Power Rangers with his dad all the time when he was a kid, and then his dad died. And so the only thing that could make him happy after that was he would watch Power Rangers and remember the good times that he had with his dad. And I got him through his teenage years, and he thanked me for that. And I always felt like that was how amazing to be able to be part of that, you know, that I am. It makes me, I don't know, it's emotional. I love that. It's just the fact that we do anything for anybody positive is amazing to me. So that's just one of my stories.
Yeah, I mean, we get so much more from you guys, and I mean, I know you guys, you know, you enjoy, you know, getting to know us and meeting us, but what we get from you and the stories you tell us are priceless, you know, and so I think that's the most amazing thing about jumping forward all these years. I remember, you know, Steve Cardenas asking me to do a convention, and I was like, really? And it was like maybe 10 years ago, and I was like, do they even remember who I am? And he was like, you need to come to a convention. Like, you need to come. And I just remember that moment, and I was like blown away. So, I mean, it's, you know, we definitely get way more from you guys than you could ever, you know, get from us. It's just so priceless, the things you share with us. So we're humbled by that, for sure.
I'm Danielle, and I first wanted to say I'm glad you guys are the Power Rangers. When I was younger, I used to watch you and dress up. And to see my son come yesterday in the little red Power Ranger to meet you was one of the happiest I've seen him, because you are his heroes. And I just want to ask you, how do you feel when you see the children's reactions to you as their heroes?
It warms my heart still to this day.
That's the best part, really. Is seeing the kids smile. I mean, I'm a dad, so for me, it's like, man, I just
Me
want
too.
to make kids happy, you know?
Yep.
And we have to thank you guys, because you're sharing the show with your children. Like, there's a reason we're still here, and it's still so relevant, and you're so excited about the new movie and the new seasons, and it's because you guys have kept it going. So thank you for, you know, doing that. It's amazing.
You guys are raising a whole nother generation for us.
I mean, it's crazy to me that you guys used to be little kids. I mean, really, I mean, it's trippy, because back in the day when we would do conventions and we come out, you guys would be so shy that oftentimes, and you see it in your kids now, like, Oftentimes the kids is too much, and they'll turn around. They don't want to look at you. They will smile. They cry. They hide. Exactly right. But then they walk away, and then they're all happy. But that used to be y'all, and now it's your kids, and it's crazy. It's like, wow, this is so cool. But the difference is your parents didn't get us because they were like, okay, what is this? I gotta go buy a toy. But you guys grew up with us. You guys are like, no, these are the Power Rangers. You don't understand. And your kids become like, wow, you're the Power Ranger. And you're like, yes, they're the Power Rangers. So it's like, you share it. And that makes it even so much more amazing.
And it makes me feel old.
You're the youngest one. Shut up.
Must suck for you.
Hi, I just want to say thank you for coming to Houston. Now, Johnny, I know you did this already, but this is for Karan, Austin, David, and Walter. If you guys had a chance of morphing with a damaged morpher, and knowing the risks of you guys being destroyed, would y'all do it?
I came back and I had a damaged morpher.
It was in Power Rangers in space, by the way.
I should have watched the show.
It was actually an awesome episode.
So let me get this straight.
Okay, so they brought you back to almost kill you? I'm writing a letter.
I actually asked if I could die, and they were like, no, what? No, you can't die.
You would.
So I guess you're asking us if, because he almost died, would we do the same thing?
No, like...
I'll spot you guys, don't worry.
Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
Aisha was, I don't know that she'd want to be that close to death. She was a little too happy for all that. I don't know.
No, they would use it. Come on. They would use their powers to save the day.
We would do
It meant
anything
costing
to
their
save the
lives.
world for you again.
Regulators, mount up. I am Lord Zed, Emperor of all I see.
Holy jeez, whoa.
I was like, Walter, did you
calm down?
How'd you do it?
David, what's going on over here? I had no idea.
I was having flashbacks of Goldars. Is this a green dimension?
This is our last question.
Last question.
All right, guys, so technically I don't have a question. This is just a great thank you to you guys. I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. And just some of us, we're all adults and we saw you guys as children, but there's not a lot of kids who had such a great childhood. So I want to thank you guys for being the strength and inspiration to most of us to keep us here. And just thank you for being heroes on and off screen. Just thank you guys. I love y'all.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come see us at our booth. Come see us at our booth if you haven't already been there.
Oh, yeah, we will be at our booth right after.
We've got something. David has something.
Well, first, where's Benji?
Where's Benji?
Benji, come here.
Come over
Benji,
here.
come here. Come
And
here,
where's,
Benj.
Where's David?
Where's David?
Who asked a question? His name was David.
David.
With a red Ranger. Is he
Red
still
Ranger
here?
David, where are you? Come on down. You are the next contestant.
All right, well, this is a little Power Ranger bracelet, whatever, and we all signed it. So you get this, but it's because I hate your question.
Worst question of the day.
The worst question of the day is
Goes to
asking us
Benji!
It goes to Benji because you asked us to morph, so.
Yay, Benji!
Benji, you suck. Thank you.
Give it up for Benji! Autograph bracelet.
And David, yours was pretty good, so I'm gonna give this to you. We all signed it. Enjoy.
Yay, best question!
Best
Goes
question.
to David.
Benji, I love you, brother. Don't worry
Hey,
about it.
All right.
come see us at our table.
With the music.
Sorry. Take two. I didn't know. I thought I wasn't there when he was the leader. So.
Can we have a meeting? I don't know what we're doing.
Continuity. Angry frog.
We'll see you guys at our tables, yeah?